Are
sound.
we
You gotta do the
on?
sound.
Okay.
We're live? Oh, yes. Without fail, we're live already. Hello, folks. Hello, fans. I hope you're listening to us. We're coming to you live this week. I have the foreign correspondent duty, and I am live from New York City. Wait, is this true?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Queens,
that's where you
Flushing Meadow.
are.
I am in the heart of the U.S. Open 2015. I've been here for several days now. I just gotta say, folks, it's hot. It's hot. It's hot and humid. I mean, like, and people need to wear deodorant. They really do. Antiperspirant. I don't know, some cologne. Like, people, it's not
All
okay.
right.
Okay, it's not okay. But before we go any further, let me introduce my panel, my guests, my love. Oh, but no, there is no guest today.
You're
It's
the
just us
guest
li-
today,
it's
officially.
just us today. Officially, we're back. We have with us, as always, the lovely Janina from Cincinnati, our foreign No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. From Ohio. What's wrong with me? I'm sorry, people. I was drinking this evening. I really was. I really was.
You can't enter a podcast drinking. Okay.
We don't do that here. Right.
We
Right.
don't.
Right.
This is the place to drink. I mean, there are. I'm sorry. Oh, no problem.
Continue with the introduction.
I'm sorry. Yes, yes. And we have Janina. I said Janina. And then we have Andreen, as always. Andreen will be joining me in New York this week. So it's wonderful that, I won't be here by myself. Left to my own devices.
Yeah.
And as always, we have the Spain Bridge P, Karen. Hello, Karen. How are you?
I'm good. Having dinner.
I have this feeling that you're kind of muted this week, Karen, and that's not usual. It's like, I don't know what's going on. Your girls won it today. They won pretty comfortably. There was no mess from Venus. I mean, she had any unforced errors? I doubt that. And
When you set yourself up for drama and it doesn't happen, you're left with nothing to think about. And I think that I'm pleasantly, stuffing my face with a delicious dinner and enjoying it with a glass of wine because Venus has made me happy.
yes, she has surpassed our expectation. We didn't have her leaving the third round. We really didn't.
Back off. I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I pulled my draw sheets out and I went through it with a big orange highlighter to see where I got it right and where I fucked it up. And you know what? I did not.
I actually did too. Yes.
No. You see, no.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I can't do my sounds because right now I'm giving these two ladies one huge side eye. Because y'all are telling lies.
No,
You're
I'm
telling
not.
lies.
Listen here.
You are telling lies.
I will tell you exactly what I had. I had
Listen.
Serena beating Lucic Baroni, then Sloane, which we know that didn't happen, but that's what I had, and then her beating Keys and meeting Venus. That's exactly what I had.
Look.
The bottom half, of course, was busted up because I had
I don't care
Svetlana
what
and
you write
JJ.
on that piece of paper. I don't see it. But I know what you did say in public was that Bencic would beat Venus in the third round. But I'm looking at you, Bridge P. I'm looking at you. You definitely said that. I got you on record.
No, I have my draw sheet in front of me. I can.
I don't, like I said, I don't care what you wrote on a piece of paper. I know what you said publicly was that Bencic would beat Venus.
I did not say that.
Oh, okay, all right. We got the tape. We got the tape.
Well, I mean, I think that's actually a really good theme to keep going on, though, is where did we, let's take a look at the draws, and where did we really fuck up, basically? Like, where did we just say...
Well, can I just ask a question? Because I have no idea if Ferrer is still around, is he?
Oh, no, he's out. Merci beaucoup, Ashadi. Merci beaucoup, Ashadi. Okay?
Right, I really
what I'm
wasn't
still
sure
waiting
about that.
What I'm still waiting for is for some motherfucker to take out Chilich. I don't understand it. I do not understand why Chilich is still in the U.S. Open.
No, we're still. Let's not.
Hey, I had Chilich coming this
Okay,
summer.
are we actually going to be going all over the place like this?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Wait. Point of order.
Is we're staying with the ladies, and we're going to talk about what did we fuck up with the ladies this week.
Okay.
Where were we brutally wrong?
I fucked up.
Top half of the draw. I actually had Zheng coming through to face Venus Williams. And that didn't happen. I actually had Serena and Luchi Baroni. That didn't happen. I had Serena and Coco. That didn't happen.
I had Bouchard losing in the first round. That didn't happen.
Funnily enough, I did call the Keys and Radwanska result.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
I got that right as well.
I actually had Spitalina taking out Makarova, and she had a chance to do it, but she failed as usual. And I did have Sybil Kova coming through with JJ, but they both fucked up. So that was a disaster. So that was the top half of the draw.
Well, I really messed up with Cobb Pliskova. I thought for certain that she would at least attempt to get through. I mean, I think I had her playing possible benches. I think that's what I mean. Who knew that Contavit was going to be the person?
Yeah.
I don't even think. Actually, when we made the draw, she wasn't even in the draw because we didn't even put the qualifiers in.
No, well, my draw had her in it, but I was just like, okay, I'm not thinking anything of you. And but you know what?
I actually had Zheng taking out Pliskova, but she never got there. Yeah, but she never got there. You know, for that to happen.
And I think. Go ahead.
Sorry, hopefully next year this double points for US Open Series winner thing is off the path. This is so unfortunate.
I will say though, I mean, I think when we did our draw analysis, Pova had not withdrawn yet, right?
No,
so
she didn't.
Okay, so she was still on my.
But I actually had her losing to.
Gavratova.
No, Mladenovic. Actually, going out to Mladenovic.
So
my Mladenovic pick is still there.
That's true.
I figured if Gavratova didn't take her out, because Gavratova was certainly going to try to drag her and extend the rallies, and since she wasn't match fit, that she was going to have a long, tough battle in the first round. If she got past that, I figured she would definitely get through, because the draw wasn't.
I think that's a cop out when people talk about Sharapova and getting into long rallies. The woman won 2 French Open titles. So
no,
let's put that.
No, I mean she won
urban legend to bed.
She won 2 French Opens
when she was fit.
When she was real
fit. Like
exactly,
and hasn't played all summer.
Summer long, exactly.
I still think, Gavrilova got lucky in Miami when she took out Sharapova, and I just don't see, she has the firepower, she just doesn't have the consistent firepower to take out somebody like that.
Right, I mean, there's no doubt about that, but I mean,
you're right, I do take your point that as Sharapova had not played all summer, then she would be ripe for the upset, and that is
Gavrilova, I mean, she probably would have beaten her, but I think Gavrilova would have try to take it to 3 sets and push her all the way. Because, given that she had beaten her before, that she knew that, and plus when she lost the last time, she lost when she was injured. So, in her mind, she thinks, Sharapova is in my book to beat. I can beat her. But apparently, she lost to the lucky loser. She only showed up for Sharapova, and when another Russian showed up, she was just like, I don't deal with imitation. No, only the real thing, okay? No, I don't do this.
Can I ask you guys, now that you see how the draw is sort of playing out in that section, was it smart for Sharapova to withdraw? I think so.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
Aaron says yes. Aaron says yes.
I mean, it's listen, she would have suffered a humiliating defeat. That's the bottom line. And when for whatever reason, this pecking order that prevails on the men's tour really doesn't prevail on the women's tour. And when people see you hurting, when players see you hurting, they take that victory, they grab the bit between the teeth and they run with it. And if they saw or felt in any way that Sharapova was compromised, they would have tried their hardest to take that scalp. We saw what has happened to the top seeds in this part of the draw, and she would have become another casualty in that upset.
I'm not so sure because you see those top seed who lost, they were fit. They were playing all summer. You know? And I'm just saying, that didn't help
Yeah,
that
what the
much.
hell happened to them?
This is sharp over, okay? This is sharp over.
To me, seeds falling early in a Grand Slam does not, as a lot of people have speculated, that one of the reasons why so many top seeds have fallen is because the top 10 of the WTA is weak. I counter that by saying that the depth of talent in the WTA is exceptional.
I
To
mean,
the point where not even top seeds are safe.
See,
I mean-
I don't know. I mean, I think it's my continuous point with the WTA is that it's
It's
not
good.
about it's parity. There's only very little difference between all of the top
Right.
the top 20 ladies.
The difference
except
is
for
consistency.
Serena. Yeah,
The
it's
difference is consistency.
Yeah.
Those in the top 20
Yeah,
are very
they're-
consistent.
and they can beat each other any week, any
Right.
day, slam or no slam. That's the closeness of that game. I mean, I don't know what that means if it's so talented. It's just more that, and then usually people bitch about it, but the real difference is that Serena is just a step above everyone else, but everyone else can take each other out any day of the week. It's just the way it is. Although I do have a feeling I didn't get a sense of fire from a lot of the ladies this week. I will
No,
say
I
that.
mean-
Not the top seeds. The other ones for certain. They
Right,
certainly
I mean,
thought
because-
it was
Because I watched Muguruza and Konta match, and Konta was like, oh, "Girl, you're not beating me this afternoon. This is not happening on my watch."
Yeah.
I mean,
It
and
was hunger.
it never looked at any moment, and she was like, "I'm taking it one match at a time," you know. And then she faced Petkovic. Petkovic had no business being in the third round, really. You know, I mean, like I think her first round match, whichever one she played, she almost lost to who was it? Oh, let me check my draw. Petkovic, Garcia.
Yeah.
You know, that's another one who
She didn't
who
show up
always-
again mentally.
exactly. She had that match in her racket, and she literally let it go. And Petkovic has been escaping.
I know,
And
poor thing.
Her memoir will be Caroline Garcia. The match was on my
Almost.
racket.
And I let it walk away.
But
No,
you know what? I mean,
Lucy
Petkovic
Safari was
was
going to be almost.
no,
That's-
Petkovic is like, I struggled through. Because, like, that's the thing. Remember when we talked about Petkovic, I was like, okay, why would Petkovic make it through? She's going to be injured at some point. But as always, you can always count on Petkovic to surprise you by lasting just a little bit longer than you expect her to. Just a little bit longer. You know what I mean?
Erica from
hustles.
Twitter says that it's been boring.
What? The U.S. Open for the women?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. No.
Ask
I
her
mean,
why.
for me, it was exciting seeing Cibulkova come back and play really solid tennis.
That was fun.
That was fun. I mean, I saw her take down Ivanovic the Terrible. That was very good for me. I mean, I thought it was very good, and she looked to be happy. I know she's disappointed about losing, but, you know, she should be very happy with the results that she's had and look like, you know, she definitely is back, ready to be back in the top 20 for the league. I mean, I was happy to see that Konta is playing well. Solid game.
But you know what it is?
Muguruza.
You know, I can understand her point though, because what happens if seeds had held, it's like, I mean, part of it is sort of the name recognition of having certain people give you the matchup that you wanted to see.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, because that's part of what happens when you have that seeding. So that means that we have some familiarity with you and we know what you're capable of. So to be able to like see the dream possibilities fizzle out so early, it did give it a kind of wah, wah, wah. I mean, not to say that the people who came through weren't strong. It just, you know what I mean? Like you did want to see Sloane go at Serena. I did. I mean, you know, you did want to see Sloane perform well, you know, and get herself into a good position. I don't know. I could see the sadness of like having.
But you know what?
Anna Ivanovic, why flop in the wayside like that? Come on, after
I
playing.
mean, but let's be real. I mean,
tennis
a
for a
lot of
while.
these people didn't play very well in the summer anyway.
Not
Muguruza
in
didn't
the
win a
summer.
match until she showed up in New York City. Safarova didn't win until she showed up in New Haven, basically. And then she got injured in New Haven. I think she pulled her abdominal muscle, so she couldn't serve well. I mean, Carla Navarro hasn't played well since Rome, if I'm not mistaken. I mean,
but
she
you know
literally.
what? I mean, that's kind of one of the interesting things about slams, right? Sometimes, the seeded players turn things around in a slam. They have like a readiness for it. They usually have their game faces on. For some reason, this wasn't happening week one. I mean, I liked the matches that I saw. I thought they were competitive. I thought they were interesting. But I did find it sort of strange that we had so many seeds just kind of go away. But I mean, the other thing about them is many of the seeds were new seeds. So that's also an issue.
Right.
Right? You know what I mean?
You know what? That was the point I was just about to make. Sorry to interrupt you.
No. That's fine.
But
yeah.
It's one of the things that I noticed. A lot of the players, especially those in the top 10, a lot of those who have lost are newly minted top 10 players.
Yeah.
And this is a new experience for these young ladies. It's a lot of responsibility to be, to carry that burden of being a top 10 player. And also, and what people need to realize is that, and I really hate to compare and contrast the ATP, but if you look at the ATP, players ranked from 5 to 10, taking out Nadal because his ranking is not where it should, but when you look at the performance of those players from 5 to 10 on both tours, you see that those players struggle to perform at the big events on a regular basis. And this is as a result of, one, the depth of talent, and two, how the top people have really commanded the majority of the big points and the big titles, especially during this particular season. I mean, the number one on the ATP side went almost 5 months without losing a Masters Series match. And those are worth 1,000 points. So, it's just one of those things. At some point in time, I think it will balance out, and these ladies will become accustomed to winning. They will become accustomed to competing on the big stage, and they will give, the top women, the top 2 or 3 women on tour a run for their money. We saw that in Toronto, we saw that in Cincinnati, and hopefully, as the US Open progresses, we will see it happening further down, while this tournament continues.
Erica, her Twitter handle is at SCWTA. She said she just thinks that for the most part it's been predictable. There have only been a few surprises, and she didn't get to see them, so therefore is worried.
I mean, and also, people have to understand that in the case of Anna Ivanovic the Terrible has barely ever gone to the second week of a major since 2008. She's basically been losing in the first, second, and third round, so this is kind of like her shtick. Losing in the first round is her shtick. And I think in that came out from Serena, she said something along the lines that to be drawn with Cibulkova and Coco Vandeweghe are not easy matchup at all, because if Coco Vandeweghe is treeing those shots, if she's hitting with like she's playing lumber versus a tennis ball, she is kind of unplayable at times. I mean, the next day she will not be unplayable, but I mean, your grandmother could take her out. But when she's on, she's on. When she's off, she's well fucking off. So I mean, Cibulkova was hungry for a win. Anna is very complacent at times. She gets into her head, and plus, that ball toss, there was no winner north of Ash. So that ball toss was off. Nothing is blowing that back. Nothing is there to help her.
But
when
Erica,
you're playing,
if you're still Erica, if you're still listening, based on the matches that you did see, what did you think about the matches that you did see? Did you not find them to be competitive? And I can understand that, if you were actually trying to watch matches on TV, you would be sorely disappointed. But of the matches that you saw, did you not find them to be competitive? Because I did.
Well, one thing that I mean, we've heard the news today that Jeannie had to withdraw from the tournament.
Oh, that was sad. That was. I'm gonna tell
I
you.
mean, but let's also talk about the fact that Jeannie was making her way nicely through this
Thank you
tournament.
very much.
Yes,
You
she
know, I
was.
already said. I mean, like I've said that. I thought. I said, Alison Riss, that's a buy for you, girl. That's a free match for you. I said it. See, Karen, I
I had
remember
people going
things.
out to
I
Diaz who went
remember.
out in the first round, so there you go.
Yeah,
You
really.
you corrected me
I
that.
said, okay, guys,
You
Batista
said
about
no.
has a break point against Djokovic.
I mean,
Oh, keep us up to
really.
date in it. Keep us up to date if he takes it. All right.
I could actually see the match and okay, whatever,
And of
but it's
course, it was immediately erased with an ace.
well, thank you very much.
So we're deuce, 3-all deuce.
All right.
Okay,
We're good.
not surprising.
Okay.
I have to say that I saw a lot of Jeannie this year at the Open. She's very pretty in person, I have to say. She was so happy to be on the court. She's a very, very slender girl, though, very slender. She was happy to be on the court. I saw her in mixed doubles before the fateful Friday night. I saw her against with Vesnina, and Vesnina was talking to her, and she was listening. Vesnina was telling her what to do because Jeannie's not a doubles player, which I find surprising because a lot of these girls I'm talking to you, Stallone, you should be playing doubles. It's gonna only help your game
Well, she
and give
is.
you confidence. And Bouchard was there, and it was so nice to see her being happy on court and actually winning because this U.S. Open was the first time in 6 months that she won back-to-back matches. I mean, that's
And I mean,
incredible
I
considering.
would have liked her chances against Vinci.
Oh
Yes.
God, I would.
You know?
I mean, I wouldn't have liked it. I would have called her against Vinci because she got into this position. I mean, like she knows she can deliver, and she's not about to go home because she needed this. She needed this U.S. Open to be on point and spectacular. She needed this more than anyone else
You know,
here.
one of the things that I liked about seeing Jeannie during this US Open run was her competitiveness. There was a little bit of
It
fire.
came back. Yep.
Yeah, there was a little bit of fire in her on-court demeanor, and I loved it. I really did. And it made me realize just why I really like Jeannie. Is that fire in the belly. And, she chose a really good doubles partner because Vestina, a lot of people give her a lot of grief because she hasn't won a lot of titles and she's lost more singles finals than she's won. But as most people will remember, when Sharapova was coming back from one of her many shoulder surgeries, Vestina was
the many referred to shoulder surgery.
Vestina was the player of choice that she took to the court with to play doubles, and we all know how that turned out. But it wasn't because of Vestina. But kudos to Jeannie for really trying to get back, that competitive edge because the WTA needs its young people to really be performing. It really does.
And plus, since she's the most marketable girl, you gotta be on the market to be marketable. I'm just saying, okay? And winning puts you on the market. Definitely does. I mean, I'm just saying what they said, not what I said. But I mean, what I was really happy to see, just like you said, Andreen, that she began to trust her tennis again.
Yeah.
She wasn't making those crazy errors and getting down on herself. She believed in her strokes. And that was really helpful, especially in a lot of those tough matches. So I was really, really excited to see her play. It was such a delight. She was
to the second half of the draw. The bottom half of the draw.
Oh, who's here? Ooh.
So Petra's.
Let me just say, I'm saying Petra is still alive, and I don't know. I mean, like Petra better thank the gods because
She doesn't have anyone to trouble her there, and apparently.
I mean the weather. She's played a night match. She's played a late evening match.
She's now over mono.
I mean,
she's
look.
now over
Real, stop for a second. You guys are talking together.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Petra's now over her mono.
Mm-hmm.
And she's now has her asthma under control to the point where she can actually perform in these situations again, and I'm very happy for her. I'm looking at my draw, and I actually had Anna Schmidlova taking her out, which didn't happen. And I had an Anna Schmidlova and Muguruza quarterfinal, which, as we all know, that's not going to happen. I also had Irani and Peneta, and that's not going to happen. I had Halep, and I don't know. I have no idea. I've done something wrong here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 people here, but there's no way Halep and Kerber could be playing, and then Azarenka and McHale because they're in different areas of the draw. Clearly, I must have been drinking, but
must have been. I'm sure you were.
So, but no doubt, Halep is going to. That Halep and Azarenka match is going to be a blockbuster.
I hope
Yeah.
so.
It is
hope so
going to
too.
be a blockbuster because if Azarenka can get past the Halep defense,
Watch
She's in
out.
the final.
can get by that
She's in the final.
defense, she is going to go to the final because I don't see anybody else in that section that can stop her.
You don't
I
think
should-
Petco
Oh, wow.
can stop her?
I should
Wow.
I should hope that Halep takes very good care of Vika. Because honest to goodness, Vika has been playing struggle tennis throughout the tournament, and she's
Oh, yeah.
encountering people who don't have a kill shot at all.
Oh my
Like,
God,
I
that
mean,
is so sad.
Wickmeyer,
That is so sad. Djokovic, pause for a cause.
uh-huh,
Update.
please.
Djokovic just broke for
Djokovic just
5-3.
broke for 5-3 on a really nice drop shot that Batista Agut got back with a nice slice drop shot of his own, which was not very good because, you know, Djokovic is Speedy Gonzalez and poor Batista Agut was caught standing. And of course, there was the fist bump and trying to get the crowd riled up. Motherfucker, if you have to get the crowd riled up because he made a shot, that means that it was not impressive. Right, onwards.
What time is it? What time is it? How long did it
It's
take
8
him to
o'clock.
break? Oh, good.
It's 8 o'clock.
So he's made the listen. All you can ask for is a long 3-setter from Djokovic to keep the crowd interested. So that's good. That's a good start. Listen, that's how that works.
Or if
over
he
there.
gets it done quickly enough, they might stick around for Makarova and
Yeah,
Bogdanovic.
that's the other thing, which might be a better
Yeah.
match. Yeah.
So
No,
someone
so-
has asked us, as we
I mean, I have to say, let me just say,
Real.
he can't hear us, Kenny.
I can hear you, yes.
You're
No,
being
not
very rude. You keep cutting everyone off. Just
Oh,
stop.
I'm sorry. Let me listen. There's been no sound effect. There's a gong. You can hit the gong.
There you
Yeah.
go.
No, shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
I'm the one at US Open. I can say whatever I want to say. I'm out here. Playing away for you folks. Okay.
Okay, so from Twitter, who is this? At YOMBS, MBS, I don't know. But she says, how come we haven't asked, who do we got on Tuesday night? Are we there yet?
We know that.
Are we
No,
ready
we're
to
not
talk
there.
about
No.
this?
No, we're not ready.
We haven't even finished the bottom
Okay,
half.
well let's finish
No.
the bottom. Let's finish.
Okay.
All right. Let's all admit who
That
had.
Petra doesn't have mono?
Wait. Well, not that part, but who had Stosur getting this far? Tell the truth.
No, not me.
No.
I mean, you know what?
Supposed to start going out to Irani.
No.
Had Irani taking her out.
Actually, I did until the start of the match. And then I realized that because Irani has been playing struggle tennis. She hasn't played struggle
Isn't
tennis.
that the only kind of tennis she plays?
No.
She's an all-around player. She's pretty good.
Look.
Yeah, she generally might not win a tournament, but she certainly plays smooth, easy going
Irani
tennis for
is
her
lucky
size.
she got a past that girl, Ostapenko. She's lucky she got Ostapenko. Experience carried Irani through. And also, I just have to give a shout out to Professor Snape, because his magical potions in this trainer's bag has come through. Irani got bagels in the first set, took some magic potion,
my
and then
God.
it was a wrap. I just gotta say, Hogwarts, hashtag Hogwarts, Professor Snape is in the house. Even Flushing.
I meant to look up their head-to-head, and I can't remember. I feel like it's a very loaded head-to-head.
No. I think Irani.
Has never won against Peneta.
That's what I was about to ask you. That's what I thought. Yeah, I thought
but his
it was pretty
knockout
loaded.
has a break point.
Break back, honey. Break back. Keep it going. So
Only to be broken as he tried to self-sustain in the match.
all right, that's the way you do it. That's how you keep this thing interesting. So I feel like this will be which one are we all looking forward to now? So we're finished up with the ladies. What's going to get the blockbuster rating and then turn out to be nothing?
Serena and Venus, duh.
No.
We haven't reached there yet.
Oh, you mean on the bottom part?
I just want to say that Kvitova is alive and well in New York City, and I did not see that coming. Look,
how do you get over mono when you never rested?
I don't think she had mono. I think she had Hafo.
These are not the kind of questions we ask ourselves, all right?
Right.
All we have to do is be grateful that Petra has shown up thinner than ever. She has gone on a very sick diet, whatever that diet is. It caused her to lose weight, and it also caused her asthma to come under control. So,
yeah,
that is, that it's helpful for her. She's also apparently going to bed early at night, and she's been fairly lucky to get nice pieces of the day with the weather. So she hasn't been struggling.
Oh, seriously? Deuce.
Oh, yep. There goes the deuce. Well, you got listen.
One of the Djokovic special rally, where he just keeps the ball in play on your backhand all day long. Yeah.
Listen, that's the specialty. When you do it well, you do it well. So tomorrow, Monday, who do we have getting out of this section?
Okay, I see.
Azarenka.
Yes.
Peneta.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know who plays tomorrow. Where's this damn shit?
Petkovic and Kvitova and Konta.
Yeah.
I see Halep. I think Konta has a chance.
I think
Halep is gonna take Lisicki to town, and she's gonna be crying on court.
I hope so.
Oh Lord.
I really felt for Bob
Lisicki there. I'm gonna tell you how Lisicki got there. Her coach said close every time.
They cheat.
And he coached her on every fucking point.
Let's call it what it is. It is cheating.
I watched that man coach her between every single point in Cincinnati. Every single one. And the bitch still lost.
Professor Smith came down and take her foot and give a magical remedy. And then she lost only one game after that.
Well, listen, in that situation, you only have Barbara to blame for that. That you're up against the crier.
Double break. I do blame Barbara as well. Barbara did not have a kill shot. She did not have a kill shot, and she just literally allowed Lisicki to come into the match. Literally come in off the backhand, come in, and Lisicki dictated, literally stole every single one of those games from Barbara. And Barbara was mad as hell. I mean, you couldn't even talk to Barbara. I mean, really sad.
Is Karen also having a phone conversation during our live stream? That is what I love.
We rock. There's no way around it. We are fucking awesome.
I'm really excited though for the schedule, because even though I don't have tickets for Arthur Ashe tomorrow, I have Armstrong tickets, and so which means I can come and go as freely as I like with that mass crowd. So I get to see Halep slice and dice Lisicki. Let's see if she does that. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I get to see her try. So that should be a real fun encounter.
I mean, really and truly, they put Wawrinka with Donald Young and Arthur Ashe. That should have been an Armstrong, because if they put that on an Armstrong, Wawrinka is losing. You
know what's so funny? People think that that's actually that's actually a prime spot, but it actually isn't anymore. It was a prime spot when CBS showed these matches, because that was that was the idea for CBS. Right, but it's not a prime spot anymore because ESPN is taking the coverage. So, but he had to take that because Andy Murray had to have his slot. Because Andy Murray's slot is the important slot. Now, I'm surprised that they didn't put Andy Murray over on Arthur Ashe.
Yeah.
But I think they also wanted to give it to an American male.
But you see, Donald Young need the crowd. Because I'm telling you, the crowd lifted him past Simone. They did.
I was expecting it to be on Armstrong because I also think that Donald Young says he really likes playing in a smaller.
Yes,
weight.
and he beat Wawrinka last time on Armstrong.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Well, I'm hoping he'll continue with struggle tennis and take it out in 5 sets. Only to go
I don't
down.
think he has the legs to do that much anymore because he's playing doubles and mixed doubles, and I think they won. I don't remember if they won or lost today. I know they won the first set. Actually, no, they lost. They lost.
So he's fine now.
Well, he looks better than ever.
But yeah,
So
he
he
looks
says.
great. Well, let's.
I mean,
quickly
Donald
go.
Young was never fat. He was never out of shape.
No, but he looks great. He looks way better than he ever has. He looks stronger. He looks much more
He
fit.
looks like he's winning. It's the difference. It's like when an ugly man has money. All of a sudden he looks good, and he's still ugly.
No, that's
Donald
not
Young just
bigger.
looks better because he's winning
bigger.
matches.
He's buffer. He has more muscle.
Whatever.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I'm watching Donald Young since he was 15 years old. He looks pretty much the same to me. He looks a little taller, a little bit more muscle, like he's been in the gym, like as always, like most tennis players are. But you know what? It's because he's winning. He has that kind of cocky confidence goes along with winning some. No tea, no shade. I'm just telling you.
I want us to quickly get through the ATV so we can go over the news.
Because I bet you if Simone had put him away as he should have, as he could have, I mean, you would have said Donald Young looks the same.
No, but you know what? Listen, you can't take away Donald Young's fight this week.
Oh,
all right?
I mean,
That's
I'm
up for
not.
debate.
I mean, he definitely is in a positive place because typically.
Now you're starting to sound like the McEnroe brothers, and we know.
No. No. Oh God, no. Oh, take that back. Take that back. Take that back. I rebuke you in the name of sweet Jehovah in tennis, guys. No, you will never.
Are we going to talk about these men?
You know what? Let me say like Wawrinka. That's the worst thing. I would never tell my enemies that. I would never. That's the worst thing in tennis right about now.
That's about as much exaggeration as I can take.
I'm going to have the Karen. I needed to have the host council send out a statement and put Andre on temporary probation or some suspended probation.
Okay, fine. You're not the McEnroe brothers. Okay.
No, but I would say that his attitude on court is definitely... his attitude on court is so much better than I've seen him in the past. He's definitely more positive because typically he goes down a set and he's totally skating downhill. And he's definitely realized, you know what? These men are struggling out here and this is my opportunity. Second round money is better than first round money. Third round money is better than second round money. Because he had a really good second round match against the adopted Englishman, Beden.
Yeah.
And he's playing mixed doubles, which is always nice because Taylor Towns is such a positive influence. Yeah. And I'm going to say, people, she's a big girl. She's a big girl. Just got to say it. But anyway.
But we're going to move. We're going to move from that.
But anyway, he's been very positive on court. And the same thing happened. Trotsky has faced 3 Americans, right about now. And the sad part about it, Trotsky has lost 2-set lead at Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon, US Open, and Davis Cup. I mean, like, this motherfucker.
Give him the prize. Give him the prize.
He's first line. He's first in line to say 3-set matches in the first week at a major. I mean,
we'll come back to that because we want to talk about the usual things that come up. So let's get through the draws and talk about all the little things that keep coming up at tennis. So, I mean, let's talk about the fact that Kay did what Kay usually does. And,
I'm telling you, good thing I didn't get on the party bus.
Disappointed. Why did Kay disappoint us? Why?
Because he is who he is?
No, Kay was supposed to deal with Chilich. Okay, Kay was supposed to deal with Chilich.
It wasn't happening.
And I told you all, and I said, and remember I said this, I said Kay was supposed to deal with Chilich, but we counted Chilich out, but Chilich is going to skate all the way into the finals.
Yeah, he will. He'll skate right up to Novak's wall. That's where he's about to go.
And defend his title, which would be the first time since 2008
What do
Did
they
someone
have
defend
in the
the US
atmosphere
Open?
there at the USO? What the fuck are you talking about? He's gonna defend the title.
Okay, all right.
You lost your shit.
All right, listen to me. We didn't
No,
have
I will
Chilich.
not listen to you.
Look, I was here last year. We had Murray, we had Simone taking out Chilich, and he didn't. We had Federer taking out Chilich, and he couldn't.
All
We
right.
had Kay taking out Chilich,
Why you
and
gotta
that's
do
what we
that?
do.
Why do
There's
you
a
have to
new
do that?
ball this year. It's called the
we're-
Serbian Devil.
Okay, so we have a question. I have a question.
Okay?
So when do we put Grigor Dimitrov on the shelf? So
Today.
how
So we
long
did
is that?
that.
Oh, thank you, Karen. I'm with you, Karen. I'm with you.
I'm about to put him on the shelf because you know what? Didn't I give Grigor a chance? I said I was gonna at the start of our podcast last time. I said I'm gonna give Grigor a chance to get all the way to the quarters. That's what I
Okay,
thought.
well,
Look,
his
the minute Maria
time
put,
has
listen to me.
expired.
Oh no!
It's over.
Maria,
Time's
since Maria
up.
put him on the shelf, I knew
Oh,
there was no
no.
getting on the party bandwagon. Once
No,
Maria was just
also-
like, boo, I'm done. There's no point in no. Grigor is not ready for the spotlight. He's not.
I mean,
He needs a coach.
You know what's interesting to me though about this is that, I mean, this is one of those things where you have to kind of give respect to Ferrer, right? Because I slightly chuckle at Ferrer's career. I don't mean to, but I do chuckle. I do. I can't help it. But you know what? Ferrer struggled tennis all the way through until he met an informed player, Chardin. Okay. Poor Grigor couldn't even do that.
And the problem is that Grigor
Nobody's
is
suffering
fit.
from a broken heart, okay?
Okay,
Grigor is fit.
fine. You know what I mean? Like,
And Grigor
Ferrer
doesn't have
had a
injuries.
shoulder. He had a shoulder issue and an elbow injury, and he fought his way all the way to the third round. We could not guarantee this of Grigor. What was going on with that?
Yeah, Sugar Povad? I don't fucking know.
I don't know. We
we
can't
care?
solve that mystery.
No.
Grigor, I mean, first and foremost, let's not forget, Grigor got bageled by Ryan Harrison. Okay?
Yeah, that's.
So
You know what? You know what? Stop.
So-
Once you say that, there's really you're right. You're right. Once you say
he's
that.
he's collecting dust on my shelf. So I don't know about you. I put him on my shelf ages ago. He's getting
Sorry,
dust.
you're right. Once nobody should get bageled by Ryan Harrison. Okay,
I'm telling you.
So
In
Nadal.
Acapulco.
I know Nadal versus Fognini. Upset or not an upset?
Look, listen to me.
I like many others, went to bed. I
Wow.
the second set, thinking
I
that the
wa-
match was over.
took a
We
peek.
control over the sound effects today, bitches.
Look, I'm gonna tell you all something, okay? To the Diva Down haters, don't hate me. But I'm just telling you something, okay? Fognini did the same thing he did in Brazil. It was like he let Diva Down assaulted himself. Because Fognini just played, he didn't play out of his mind. Fognini was just like, you know what? I'm just going to keep the ball in play. And when I get an opportunity, I'm just going to go for a winner. I don't give a fuck.
And it
And that
worked.
is exactly what he said. He's just like, you know what? Against Nadal, you have to, the only strategy is take a
Go
risk.
for it. Yep.
Go for it. And then Vidal was like, in his head, he had already been like, you know, I've already won this match. Vidal was up a 2 sets and a break in the
know.
third set.
When
and
does
the
that
fourth
happen?
set.
Never.
I mean,
I don't
look.
know.
Never.
Look.
Never.
I mean, like, look, this isn't Ferrer. This isn't Verdasco. This isn't Lopez. This is fucking Fognini. Let's be 100 here, okay?
But here's
Let's
the
be
thing.
100 here.
At the end of the
Okay?
day, this is his third win of the year over Rafa, and therefore it's not a huge surprise. I don't
No.
give a fuck that he had to come back from 2 sets and a breakdown. This is his third win. Who else has 3 wins over Rafa this year?
Look, I mean, like, Rafa should be
Seriously.
ashamed of himself. Okay,
No,
like,
he
I'm
shouldn't.
almost scared.
On the break.
That,
Spend about his
I mean, like, look.
Nobody cares.
Listen, I don't want to hear about, oh my god, I can't believe they showed Rafa walking through the locker room. Get the fuck over it.
Oh, so
I mean,
those are like those were some controversial. Oh, and you know what? And also, can we also give a congratulations clap for Benoit Paire?
Oh
He
yeah,
showed up this week.
Oh yeah.
scrub, my former scrub. I'm telling you, he collected that.
Unlike Doug Gopolov.
Oh God, he was such a failure.
Doug Gopolov retired from the match. Actually, he retired.
I'm not even going to confess that I actually had Doug Gopolov.
Honey, you don't have to confess because we
We
remember.
already knew.
I told you, we got
We
you on
already
tape.
knew.
You know
We
what?
have you on tape.
I see
I'm
your
looking at
donko
what-
for my Grigor.
Reels, I owe you an apology.
What?
No?
I owe you an apology. I do.
Oh no!
Yeah.
What?
Yes, I do owe
This is
you
a
an
big one.
apology.
This is a big one.
Let's
Yes,
say this.
I do owe you
It's
an
the
apology.
Venus thing.
Oh wait, that wasn't the
Yeah.
drum roll.
Yeah, I did. I do owe you an apology. I actually had Benchik
You see?
going taking out Venus.
I would
had
spare you.
Benchik
I
and
would spare you
Pounds.
the. I would
So,
spare you the
I
embarrassment. It's okay.
apologize.
It's okay.
Hey, just take it. I've only
Well,
been
you know what?
wrong once.
We all understand that because we all saw Venus
Right.
on day one
Sure.
and we thought, oh no, Venus doesn't look like she's gonna be match fit in this heat. And guess what? Venus looked at all of us and said, bitches, I'm about to show you.
I'm telling you. And
I'm gonna
this is
remind you
Venus.
that I did the head snap.
Exactly.
She did, right? She's like, head
Yeah.
snap, bitches.
Yeah.
I'm in the fourth round. What you say now? And we're like,
In
all right, Venus.
quarterfinals, and she
Hands
came
up.
out. And she came
Hands
out of struggle tennis. She
Yeah.
was playing struggle tennis. And you know when Venus is struggling, the fans are hiding their face because it's like, girl, oh God, no. You missed
No,
that
but she
shot?
made
Oh
it. She
God,
made
no, Venus! That is the
My
song.
only gripe with Venus. My only gripe with Venus through this tournament. I wish she
Is
was
that
wearing a
dress?
better dress.
Oh God, yes.
God, listen. Well, let's quickly finish this sucker up because it's true. Everyone needs to be wearing better outfits. To be honest.
Yeah.
They're
Yes.
all horrible.
Yeah.
Nobody saw
Agree.
it.
Let's not
Actually,
go through this.
actually, Ellis is way cute. Ellis is pretty cute. Lopez and
no.
Stupid.
Okay, let's
Anyway,
finish this.
yes.
Let's
and the
finish
men's
this
side.
and get to the more fun stuff. All right.
Yes,
the
so
dudes-
Lopez is the surprise here. Lopez in the quarterfinal.
No,
Surprise!
you know what? I'm happy for him because I thought he was gonna trip over Rafa. So
Marriage works.
I'm happy that Fognini
hold
laid
up.
down. What?
Hold up. I have Lopez going that far and going out to Novak. So just back up.
Ooh, look at you. I have a little thing that says the oldies. Well, listen, I know everybody bought tickets for that Novak versus Lopez match, so sorry. But you know what's really sad about that? Because now, if you think about scheduling, you know the U.S. Open was sitting there going, ooh, Rafa versus Novak, definitely the night match. Now they're like, Novak Lopez or Sanga Cilic. Who gets that
Right.
night match?
It's gonna be ugly. Ugly.
You know, just for honorable sake, they should give that to Cilic. Because I really want to see Novak versus Lopez, and I only have day tickets.
Just a little bit selfish there, but that's
I
okay.
tell you,
So,
Chilik, I don't know how he does it, but
He's
he
the
manages to.
luckiest devil.
He is so boring. Oh my God.
So I know you're looking forward to the eventual semis between Cilic and Novak. I know you are.
Oh God. I'm glad they canceled my vacation for this mess.
Oh, stop it. So, all right. So, you know what? We've made our way as much as we're going to make it through the draw because there's so many other interesting things we want to talk about. Where do we start? Let's start, first of all, with how the
Let's
players
start with
showed up.
Stan's cheering team.
Oh. Janina, give a congratulations to Nick NK. Thank you, Nick, for allowing us to break free with our love in public. I know.
Out party, didn't we?
There was a comment. What did I say? What did I say? when this story
She
broke
was there,
thoroughly.
she's being described as a young up and coming player.
Oh,
There are
that's
a lot of
cute.
challengers going on right now. But there she is, lost in qualifying, but she is carrying on her mind like the good little one.
Oh, that's like she's a.
Look,
People are so going to unfollow me because they're gonna think it's sexist.
Uh-huh.
But you're a young player dating an established player. You've lost in qualifying. Patty Schmieder, a 35-year-old mother of one,
just won her title today.
just won
Tony
a title at a challenger event.
We can't
Yes.
ignore our Twitter people, right? Even though
Okay.
he's being a mega fucking dick, Tony wants us all to know that Novak got a break in the second. Tony, go
Thank
away
you.
with that shit. No.
We know. We know.
We don't need that kind of Tony. We're gonna accomplish something better than that.
Ah, that's
Do
great.
you have a question for us?
No, that was great. But I think I have to say, Karen, you make a very fair point. You make a very fair point about what her role should be now. But everybody strives to be a head girl, and so you gotta do
There's
what
only
you gotta
one,
do.
people. There
Honey,
is
there's only one. There ever has
There's
been.
only ever been one.
Don't tell them though. Don't tell them. They're gonna get
Because
upset.
the others have to work. Drag does not work.
Should we?
Chief
You know, I
Wax
just-
is there looking like what she is. Wax.
like I tell you, she already told Kelsey she can't show up at the cool wine parties anymore.
No.
So,
Oh no!
yeah.
But as an aside, I've been reading Kelsey's blogs,
Oh, you have?
and
Because I have.
I have, because you know what? I aim to learn from others,
Oh,
and
God.
and as soon as I start learning, I'm gonna let you know. Okay?
Okay.
So there we go.
Oh, the shade. The shade.
I hope you've learned from reading my blog.
I learn a lot when I read your blog. I'm excited. You know what it is? I'm excited that there's a blog that's called Wives' Tales. I think that's great. The next time somebody thinks about doing one, I want the anonymous mistress tale. Somebody get on that blog idea.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Come on.
We've been asking
Bring it to us.
someone from the inside to be
Bring
our
it to
source
us.
for
I would love
content.
it.
Look, why does
We
it
don't even need to sign a confidentiality clause.
We
We will take the tips as our own because we're not pleasurizing people's shit just like BuzzFeed. So
but you know what? I have enjoyed it. I think it's wonderful to get that inside information. But as always, I prefer inside information that comes from an anonymous source because that's usually when it's juicy. So if anyone wants to do an anonymous mistress blog, I would love to see it and tell me where it is.
just
And I
link
want
us
to do
up.
it.
We will put it under our bylines and under our blogs.
We love it.
You see, I was hoping that I could create a blog about my,
Whatever. No, stop.
Wow. confessions. You see,
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about
dear.
your love fantasies.
This read is brutal
I'm
today.
telling you, if I had feelings, it would have been hurt. I'm telling
You know
you.
what it is? This is what happens with a red eye. I'm sorry. A red eye brings out the ugly.
Well, let's
Well, really.
wrap up this.
Right.
Are we done talking about the draw? Because I'm kind of over
Oh
the
God,
draw.
yes.
No, we didn't.
we
No,
But I
oh my
do
God.
wanna-
Wait. We didn't even talk about Federer. We didn't even talk about.
No.
We're going to talk about him kind of right now. He's doing great,
Okay.
okay? He's where he's supposed to be.
Yes.
But I do want to talk about how Boris brought up that Federer is possibly being disrespectful with his saber sneak snack attack. You know what, Boris? Listen. The problem is here that Federer has disrupted the Serbian devil,
Yes.
like he always does, and now therefore it's a problem. You show me a rule that says he can't do it, and then maybe we could talk.
Federer and his team looked up the rule. They did. He mentioned it in an interview that they actually researched it to make sure that they were not violating any rules.
Right.
When they decided to start using it in competition. So Boris, if you're listening, and I know you are,
Shut the fuck
Because
up.
you're
So,
doing nothing right
it's
now.
a legal maneuver, and frankly, people, it's not anything new.
It's not
It
new. We
isn't.
just
It
haven't
isn't.
seen it in a long
If
time.
people were
Exactly.
Yeah,
watching,
Paul Anacone used to do it.
if people were
Yeah.
watching the WTA, they would have seen people stepping in on the return
Always,
and moving
yes,
forward.
always,
Yes.
That's
always.
something that's a WTA tactic. From
John
day one.
McEnroe used to do it. This is not
So
new.
it's not anything new.
So
What
shut
is
up.
Listen, you know what? Let me see you. Show me your. I'll show you my saber if you show me that machine that Djokovic uses. All right.
Ooh.
So
Right.
listen, I'm not making any claims that isn't true and published. So we all, I mean, the idea. Let's be honest. Let's ask this question out loud and try to prevent ourselves from laughing. Boris Becker thinks certain behaviors are disrespectful.
When he was fucking some woman in the fucking broom
Well,
closet
listen, we're
in a
not even talking
restaurant
about
with his
that. We're
wife
not even,
present.
no. We're not even talking
Yeah.
about off-court
that
behavior.
happened?
Yes,
That
but
did
we're not
happen.
even talking about
So
off-court
we're
behavior.
talking about that one. Okay.
We're not even talking about off-court. We can stick to tennis and ask that question aloud with Djokovic with Boris hand signal Becker. Let's all stop, okay? And it'll be
yeah.
fine.
You know?
Come on. We'll all be fine. This is. You know what's interesting? It's kind of like how everybody says, "Oh my God, we have forgot the most important thing that's happened last week."
What happened?
Hammy's mid-court interviews.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute.
Speaking
Look.
of things that push the boundary of tennis, which is not
Look.
saber.
I saw that and I was just like, is Pamela out of her fucking mind? Like, where the fuck is she really? Did she forget to take her ginkgo biloba? Did she forget her Alzheimer's medications?
They
She-
need to take that mic away from her. They really do.
Well, you know what's so
I mean,
funny
it's
though? I
stupid.
mean, no one else did it, right? That was the last time.
That was
last
the first and
so-
last. I
Right.
Nobody
Listen.
want to put up with that shit. Nobody wants to deal with that shit. That shit was stupid.
I mean,
That's why Coco Vandeweghe did it. Come on, Coco Vandeweghe. Come on, people.
but
Nobody
are
else
we-
doing that shit.
Are we being annoying tennis fans by saying that are we being stick in the mud tennis fans by
No,
rejecting
because
it?
I think it's important because it's tennis, okay? Just losing a set 6-love doesn't mean you lose a match. Okay,
That's
it
true.
doesn't mean anything. So I don't know what Pamela is going down there to ask the question. What does she really want to know? And I mean, like, it's kind of like, is she going to ask the losing player what's going on in their mind? You know what I mean? If you're just asking the winner, I mean, I think, and plus she didn't clear it with the USTA. This was ESPN throwing around their money.
Oh,
She
really?
didn't, yes, the USTA was not aware.
And apparently, they
I'm
also
sure
didn't
that.
ask it. No, they didn't even ask. I didn't know if they did it with the WTA, but Roger Federer made sure that we all knew that it wasn't cleared with the ATP.
Yes.
Right.
So I don't know whether
And
the WTA
I don't even think
gave
Sloan was,
permission to
I don't
ESPN
really clear it
for
with
it.
Sloan either.
No, it has
So-
nothing to do with Sloan. It's like each player. My sense of it is like, we can't always know what happens in the tennis because WTA decides things that ATP won't decide, right? And so I think all players were invited to do it, at least on the WTA side, at least. So, and Coco, Coco made a good argument for it afterwards, saying that she watches a lot of other sports and tennis needs to kind of adopt some of the things that are working in other sports. I just don't think that's one of the things that was
No,
useful,
that's
but
not one of the things, Coco. Because
No.
tennis is more. For me personally, one of the things that and Serena I think mentioned it in her press conference, where she said one of the joys of watching a tennis match for me is seeing a player figure out a match and figure out her opponent's game, like Simona Halep did last night against Shelby Rogers. She never got a chance to consult with her coach about Shelby Rogers. She had never played Shelby Rogers before. It took her about 2 games last night to figure out Shelby Rogers' game. Same thing with Venus today against Kontaveit or whatever the dickens her name is. To figure out somebody's game and figure out which is the weaker side and everything. You listen to Serena. Serena says she usually figures out her opponents whenever during the warm-ups. That to me is the beauty of tennis. Seeing players just adjusting mid-match to circumstances and everything, because then you see how their mind works and if they're tactical players. And that's what I love about the sport. But bringing somebody down courtside, a reporter down courtside, to talk about what? Are you going to actually reveal to me what your tactics were? I saw it during the last 6 games.
Thank
Are
you
you going
very
to tell
much.
me what was going through your mind? Oh, I want to make sure that I serve this out. Well, we saw that too. So where is the what's the
renewal.
knowledge base? Where's the
Yeah.
entertainment in that? It's the
Yeah.
same thing with on-court coaching. I'm listening to somebody from Kazakhstan talking to his charge. I don't speak Kazakh. I can't understand a word that's going on. And apart from Oli Rover on Tennis TV, who seems to speak every language in the book, half the time you have no idea what the coach is telling the player. And on the rare occasions when you do get somebody who
They tell them shut the fuck up.
who can translate, all you're hearing is, well, apart from Allison's boyfriend who tells her to shut the fuck up, all you hear is, get some more energy. You can do this. Go for more first serve. Well, fuck yeah! If I was bringing more first serves in, I would probably win the match.
Yeah. I mean,
just
when I
don't
do
get it.
understand the coaching, I would say that when I do understand the on-court coaching, I'm like, the fact that you have to come down there and tell them this is a problem, because clearly they should be realizing this is what I need to do. And I think it's only going to even get more complicated and convoluted when they bring out that iPad showing all those schematics and bullshit.
Half of these
Because
coaches-
it's just like
half
so
of these
stupid at this
coaches
point.
Don't even know anything about statistics. That's the problem. A lot of these coaches, they're former players who had journeyman careers. Do they really know the tactical side of the analytical side of tennis, which is what it takes to really look at? Okay, whenever I do, on a personal note, whenever I'm doing my little blog and I'm trying to think about, I'm going to do like the quarterfinal previews, I go to the stupid IBM thing and I look up the players' first serves, what points are they winning on the first serve, what points are they winning behind returns. I look at their serve stats, I look at their return stats, I look at the head-to-head, I look at what the opponent has accomplished so far in the tournament. And this is how I break down my draws and break down.
I'm sorry.
I take a lot of time and I look at these things. And a lot of these players I see go out there. Look at Madison Keys, who went out there today, and it seems as if she had no game plan. And look at who she has in her corner. She has an she has an investment banker. She has multiple Grand Slam champions. She has a doubles specialist. She has Lindsay Davenport. I mean, she had everything, and her game is just basically one-dimensional. Big serve, huge forehand. That's it. And you know what irks me is when you listen to commentators talk about somebody like Serena, all they talk about is her power. Chris Evert, stop doing that, please. It's annoying and frustrating. It is. I don't know if it doesn't irk anybody else, but it pisses me off.
I mean, but you have to stop. You have to recognize that Chris Evert has only a few narratives that work for her. One being that this person plays better from behind. She loves that one. And depending on whether they have the same body type as she does, she thinks that person covers the court really well and is a really good, because those are, if they are tall and strapping and have musculature, then they have a power game. These are all the easy cues that Chrissy uses to delineate what's happening on the court. I mean, as always, this is always an interesting thing to me about Chrissy, because for having won so many matches in her lifetime, she is
dumb.
She's dumb. Just say it. She's dumb.
Yes, she's strangely empty of insight when you listen to her talk about an opponent's game, which is shocking. But anyway.
I have to apologize.
I mean, unfortunately, I think Martina Navratilova is better at that. However, that bitter bitch. That bitter bitch is going on about how she could have done it. It's never about somebody else.
Well, Chrissy's nicer to the opponent, but anyway.
I have to apologize to one of our Twitter listeners who is listening with his family. I don't really believe that Tony is a fucking dick. Sorry. Tony is lots
Tony
of fun.
just has a dick.
And he's amazing.
He's not a big dick. He's not a big dick. He just has a dick.
Okay. Now we've gone to the NC-17 rating. And speaking of NC-17, should tennis players play in the nude? Because clearly the heat was getting to everybody. Do you like my transition?
Look.
No, I did not. But did you see the shade that Federer threw when they asked him about Jack Sock cramping up?
Look, let me just say this, okay? And I mean, it needs to be said, okay? I'm out here, okay? It's hot. It's humid, okay? But you know what? I'm not an athlete, okay? I know I need to be drinking water. I know my ass can't be drinking all night long, the night before, the week before. I'm coming here to make some money. I should get my ass prepared. I should be working and knowing if this is the last slam and this is really important to me, as many of them say in the press conferences and on TV and on their blogs and whatever bullshit they have, they should come here prepared. There is no bloody reason why Kokinakis is cramping out in the first round of the second day.
I know.
Played no other match. Listen to me. Konta and Muguruza played for 3.5 hours, and those bitches walked off the court fine. Konta came back and won 2 more matches. Konta played 3 matches in qualifiers. Okay? Oh, sorry. Forgive me. I didn't mean it in that sense at all. Okay? I didn't mean it in that sense at all. Forgive me. All the feminists.
You meant bitches affectionately, but yes, we understand.
Yeah, bitches. Yes. But I would say this, then I'm gonna use the word in a different way, because to me, to see Jack Sock and Kokinakis and then a few others, because let's be fair, the men who retired from matches, most of them were not retiring from cramping. Cramping just means you're not drinking water. Not because they're only playing 5 sets, because none of these fuckers cramped in a 5th set. They did not. So we can put that narrative to bed. It's the same condition.
Yeah, I give you Donald Young.
Exactly.
Yeah, really.
And you know who was cramping? It's the inexperienced players who were cramping.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
Billy!
Hi, Billy.
Oh.
You know what? Honestly, I thought something happened in the Djokovic match. But anyway.
Right?
Me too. But no, I'm watching it, so nothing is happening with him.
Okay.
He's still up a break.
Well, I mean, I do think it is interesting that I find that the coverage of the cramping is problematic. And of course, what's emerged out of it is that Federer is out of touch and cruel and all these other
Ivory
things.
Tower, I've heard.
Yeah, did someone discuss Ivory Tower? My thing is, I actually really believe in the Roddick tweet that people don't think about their diets. And they also don't think about the preparation that happens weeks before a slam. Because I think that's what Federer said when he meant it's not new heat. You are using the heat that you've been encountering in Canada, the heat that you encountered in Cincy. Yes, they're all different, but you're using all of that as information for you, so that you are taking care of your body. Yes, it's all very sophisticated, and that's why they have people on their teams to think about that stuff.
There's a reason why you see this amongst the younger players.
I would assume
the older players are experienced. They know what to do to get.
No, but that is just bollocks. That really.
No, there's a learning curve. The young guys think they're fucking invincible, and they're learning the hard way that they're not.
Well,
that's what's happening.
The team that they have surrounding them leaves a lot to be desired. Then.
Yeah,
what are you paying these people to do? What are you paying these people to do? To just walk around with you?
I'm telling you. What did I tell you?
They're complaining day in and day out that they're not making any money and they're not doing this, and it's very hard to be on the tour, etc., etc. So, what are you doing with the money that you're earning? If you can't hire a nutritionist, a proper nutritionist, or somebody who will teach you about your body and how to recover. I was. What irks me is that as soon as these things happen, and it's usually at the U.S. Open, you hear the apologists coming out. Let's move the slams to best of 3. No, and then they celebrate when somebody comes from 2 sets to love down to win a match.
It's so incongruous. Yeah. So
best of 3, and frankly speaking, if they move the slams for the men to best of 3, those guys who win don't get into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, I tell you what's gonna happen too. You're gonna have some bloody scrub rolling up in these things, just saving themselves for the slam,
Thank
and
you.
you're gonna have
Well,
you're gonna
honestly, we
you're
talked
gonna have
about
a
that.
cow winning Wimbledon. Watch and see.
Well, no, we talked about the idea. I mean, listen, I think this notion now that a 5-set match doesn't mean anything. I mean, aside from the fact that there are some people who really want it to be best of 3, so that we can get away from that silly argument that women and men don't deserve to get paid the same because they don't play the same number of sets. That's dumb. You don't have to lower yourself to that level for it to make sense. I do think that in a slam, though, the reality is the better player tends to come out of a 5-setter. It really does happen more often than not, because I feel like a 5-setter is a conversation in a certain way. And yes, you might have somebody that comes out there quick on the trigger, but you know what happens? That third set. That third set is where the story gets told, right? It's what happened with Troitsky and Donald Young. It's what happened with Andy Murray and Manarino this week. I mean, this is where the person says, hey, oh my God, I'm awake in this moment and I'm winning this match. And therein, a new story begins in a 5-setter. It's really more interesting. I mean, yeah, it doesn't necessarily play because, hey, guess what? You're grinding on the baseline forever. I'm sorry, nobody told y'all to create a game that's like that. We didn't say to do that. So don't punish us by taking the 5-setters away. Just change the nature of the game. Change the courts. React to the technology. I mean, you know, be responsive, but not like...
And I'll tell you what's gonna happen too. Ain't no way you'll be trying to sell them tickets and give away that kind of much prize money for just watch a Masters event. Fuck no.
That's what I know, really. What's the differentiation, really, between...
Exactly, what's the differentiation of these things? I mean, like, and this has been, I mean, like, I am not one to be, like, you know, traditionalist and whatever, but this has been, coming to a slam to play a 5-set, best of 5-set match is not new. This basically is nothing new. This didn't happen last week, okay? The courts have been playing slow since Nadal came around in 2007, around there. Folks, these young bucks need to get their shit together. Okay?
Well,
the women were not cramping out.
The
women didn't cramp out. The heat is just the same for these women, and they should try to say that they're weaker and more fragile. Every time women were asked from all the press conferences that I've seen and the tweets that came out, the girls kept saying, I was drinking water, I was eating banana, I was being hydrated. They weren't talking about the ladies, sorry, not the girls. The ladies weren't talking about, oh, I was hanging out with my friends drinking, or some crazy shit like that. They came to work because you know what? Showing up at a slam mean money. That's why that Jachakova or Dachenko, she literally came out against Serena not playing. She couldn't play. But that meant $40,000. So if these men want to get their shit together, they should have been playing and get $80,000 second round and get their life together.
It's also interesting that they all like quite a few of them quite a few of them cramped in the lead. You know what I mean? Like honestly, like up 2 sets, just have to stick through 1 set.
Yes. Batista needs to go back.
Oh my God! Listen to that crowd when he broke back. Dear Lord, that crowd wants their money's worth.
I'm telling you, because they're all going home for Mladenovic and Makarova. They're going home.
Oh, I know. Well, let's hope not. But I mean, I do think that instead of asking about the best of 5 sets changing to best of 3, I do think that the men should figure out when they're going to get their own heating rule in effect.
Thank you very much.
As soon as the WTA does theirs and announces that it's happening, why doesn't an ATP representative come on TV and say why theirs isn't happening? Why does everyone act confused? Can you explain that to me?
No.
I'll tell you what it is. And here is my little silent, opinion here. I think what is happening in tennis, and the same thing with the analytics, is too many people. The players are not involved in decision-making process. They're left on the outside. They're just happy that they're getting more money. And, it goes back to my Serena saying, I think if these players had a little bit more education, they could be able to sit at the table and have a meaningful discussion. Or, in fact, they need to take ownership of the fact that since they are the players, the ATP is nothing without the players, the professional players. They need to get their shit more and make sure that the tour is player friendly. that it's to their benefit because literally this is their job. They have nothing else to do.
I'm
They
always
lose out, they injure their body, they lose, I mean, like, they're losing money. And it's really, really, our good friend, I use those terms loosely, Tarkovsky, that is his main mantra, basically, if you listen to much of what he has to say beyond the
if you don't get
quote-unquote homophobic.
distracted by all the crazy.
Right, is the fact that, you know, that a lot of players are not breaking even.
Yeah.
They're not. And I mean, tennis is a very expensive sport. I could pick up a basketball and probably get good and literally learn the game behind my house in some off-street basketball coach. But for me to pick up tennis, I literally have to go to a coach, pay someone, and all this crazy shit. So, you know, I mean...
Yeah, he broke that. Yeah.
To love up.
Well,
look
I
at
mean,
him.
that's the thing I think that's what we need, though. I think I'm always confused, though, because we have commentators are ex-players. They have friends
And
who
they're
are
the
on the
stupid
ATP
ex-players.
council. No, but I mean, just like they have, but yet they can never give any insight. That the whole point of having an ex-player or an insider at the table is so that they can give you insight. They can never give me insight into why the ATP is not
Because they're
actually
just there for the money. They're just there for the money.
Well, I don't.
And I'm
well,
looking at you, Patrick McEnroe.
Oh, I'm just confused though, because I want
Justin, give him a
clarity.
stab.
So, you know, as soon as the rule comes in for the WTA, I want someone to come up and say the ATP, they have different rules and we don't know why they haven't decided to do it, and I want someone to interview the person who would tell us more. But, you know, that's just anyway. Any other outside news that shook the tennis rafters this week?
Why were there no lights on in the locker room after Genie Bouchard finished her match?
Well, actually, I think
Finished her press conference.
what I had heard was that I don't think the details is very clear as to what the real deal was. I haven't seen people on Twitter putting out any real stuff, so I imagine that they don't really know the circumstances of what actually happened.
It's a little bit weird.
Yeah, I mean, like, and I don't say this in any kind of salacious way that I thought something hanky-panky went on. I mean, legitimately, this can happen. We are slipping our bathtub or something like that, you know what I mean? And the locker room is a pretty big, spacious thing, you know, with non-skid and skid tiles, whatever the case can be. So I really and truly hope that she is well and fine, because, I mean, to suffer a concussion, I mean, I'm just imagining the worst. I mean, really, you know, and she was so happy, like I said, in the tournament. Oh, yes.
But we know that. But the question is, did that really happen, Reels? Did that really happen the way they said? And why?
Well, you know what? You know what? I mean, at this point in time, the word on the street, or the word in the Flushing Billie Jean, is that they're not really saying anything. I think what people probably would have been.
You know what? It's probably legal issues, because legally they'll probably be
right.
Well,
and all that situation.
That. Yeah.
Exactly. And also, they pretty much basically announced that she was on the schedule to play Roberta Vinci until the very last minute, basically, until it became clear that, you know, that it's either do or die now. You either tell the people that she's going to come on or not come on. And this goes back to the Indian Wells situation where people were saying that Venus defaulted last minute. Here was a situation where they knew literally, I don't think Bouchard could be able to go out and play, and didn't say anything until the very last minute they had to. So, you know...
I mean, it's not the kind of place where tickets. I mean, these tickets were purchased a long time ago. You're not gonna buy a ticket for Armstrong just because Bouchard's on it. Those tickets are mostly sold out already. So.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, people may go home. I mean, they love. I mean, people sticking around here. This is a desert, okay? This is the only oasis here, the food here. You can't bring outside food. So even if people are not in the stands, they want the people on the grounds because they have to buy the food here. They have to buy food. I mean, like I said to you,
what are you talking about? How did you switch food for Bouchard?
No. I'm
He's saying it doesn't matter that she isn't playing because people are still there.
Because exactly. So they kept the information late because people would stick around. Because if they had announced that she wasn't going, I mean, like, we're really showing up for Shadi, basically, you know, and chilling. I mean, they're looking to see a pretty girl, Bouchard, play.
Oh,
and I mean, like,
you can't say that.
Well, he just did.
I mean, well,
you just boiled Bouchard down to being pretty.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying the general public. Most of the people who come out here I'm not really that knowledgeable tennis fan. I mean, most of them don't even go watch an actual tennis match. They're just in the Heineken bar, just singing around, roaming around places, asking questions. What is the score? Who is who? Where is he from? What is she doing? What's happening? Is that a medical timeout? What's wrong with her? I don't understand. You know, and
Oh my
literally, if the more people who are here, they have to buy the food. They have. Listen to me. Liquor is on sale from 11:30. Okay, 10 o'clock. There is liquor available.
Listen, it's a sporting event in the United States. Of course it is.
So trust me, the more people that are here, that means people are spending money on food here. And word to
Okay.
the wise, I'm not bringing a child out here if I ever have a child. Not happening. Kid, you're gonna starve. We're fasting today.
Stop it! You're horrible. So is there anything?
Yes, there was one other thing.
Okay, what's that?
There was one other thing. There was an article that I saw coming across my timeline, and it involves wild cards, the wild card reciprocation between
Oh,
the
yeah.
slams, and you know, the fact that there's some amount of controversy because people are of the view that rather than giving these wild cards on a reciprocal basis, perhaps the time has now come for us to look at giving wild cards to players who have actually earned it.
Interesting.
Those who are coming back from injuries, older players who are making one last hurrah, like in the case of Leighton Hewitt. People are saying that, you know, for someone like Dante Crum, who basically had to go through qualifying, lost in qualifying, somebody like her should have gotten a wild card. The fact that tennis is no longer just centered around 4 nations because they're
It's interesting. Yeah, that is
they're
interesting.
the playing
Oh,
country.
okay. I see that. I see that bit.
I actually agree with it.
There's
I really
something to
think
be
that
said for
wild
that,
cards, it's fine and dandy because these slams, these home slams, you know, the money that they earn from these events go towards their player development programs. At least we think they do.
Supposed to. Exactly.
So it is understandable that, you know, they're the ones who are shelling out the money to pay for these events. They're the ones who are providing the security. They're the ones who are providing the paychecks, so they can do with what they will with their fucking wild cards and to hell with everybody else. But at the same time, when you look at someone like Ryan Harrison, who has built his career on getting wild cards, then you think to yourself, then something needs to change. And I understand that one of the slam playing countries decided that that they were not going to send anybody they were not going to take the wild card reciprocation agreement this year because nobody had earned it, and I think that was Australia.
Oh
And I
wow!
think that was,
Set
and I think,
point for Batista are good. Set point. It's gonna be a race though. Don't worry.
and I
We'll
think,
get it.
and I think that was a really good move on
I
the
think
part
so,
of
too.
Australia. So my thinking is that one, wild cards should be, you should still have the reciprocation agreement as it stands between the 4 slam playing nations, but they should be limited to 2. And then worldwide, the other wild cards that are available, they should have tournaments. They should go to people from challengers and futures, and then the other 2 wild cards. So I think there are 8 wild cards that are used.
Yes, see, bro. Yes.
Wow! Good for him!
Yay!
Good for him! That's great.
People are gonna get some money.
I didn't think they were gonna. I didn't think he was gonna take a set. That's really good for the live crowd. Very good for
Yes.
the live crowd. Not for Djokovic fans, but it's really good
Yes,
for the
it is
live
good for a
crowd.
live crowd.
And we're saying that hypocritically as Federer fans because we want Federer to be done in 3 sets. So. But
We
got
are
all-
biased. We admit our biases.
I think there are what 8 wild cards
Yep.
given out each year. So what happens? What should happen, in my view, is that the slams get 4, 2 men, 2 women, or is it 8 for men and 8 for women? Is that how it works?
Yes, I think so.
Okay,
Yes.
So you get 8. You get 4 for your women and 4 for your men. and they have to play for them. They should play for those wild cards. They shouldn't just be handed
Actually,
out.
I think they should play for two.
Listen,
In
They
the
should
US,
play
they've
for
been
three.
going. No, the
They've been
US,
doing
the US, they do pay for them, play for them though. I mean,
Yeah.
some of there's some discretion ones, like the Ryan Harrison one, where I don't know how that one comes about, but like, you know, like TFO had to play for his, the NCAA champion. I mean, but hers was, I mean, some of them were wild cards into qualifying, but yeah, that's true. I do think there should be some transparent
yeah.
process
So
like that.
you get 4 for your home people. So you
You
get
know
those
what?
4. You get
Sorry.
4 men, 4 women, and
Okay.
they have to play for them. And then for each federation, you get 1. Each federation under the reciprocal agreement, you get 1. And then the one that is left, then it's a worldwide thing. You know, everybody gets to play for that one wild card.
Everyone gets to. Oh my God! Can you imagine those tournaments? That'd be fun.
Well, you know what's funny? In the Olympics,
not into qualifying.
No.
But, or even reduce the amount that the home tournament gets. But I don't really think you can reduce the home tournaments. You know, for
Yeah,
the
there
men
should be
tournament.
some allotment. Yeah.
Some allowance for that. But then at least have 1 or 2 wild cards where people from the challenger circuit, the future circuit, can actually compete for that wild card directly into the main.
Yeah, without having to go through qualifying. That would be
Without
great.
having to go through
well,
qualifying.
in the Olympics, typically what they have is that there's usually for some events like swimming and track and field, like people like in order to make the Olympics worldwide, participation, they do have zones. So you qualify by your zone at times. So your country is allowed a certain amount of people, like 3 or 4 people, depending on the sport. And then zones have. So that's why you have like in the 100-meter dash, you have like these all year rounds, and like people come in like.
Has some really strong feet. He just stepped on his racket and broke it.
Oh, I love that.
I mean, that's just something food for the kids.
Yeah.
That's just something for the kids. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I mean, what can this dog do out here?
I know. It's like he's taking a set from you. It's okay. You'll be fine. You'll come back.
It's just to make it look dramatic, just to narrative tomorrow. Be like, he dropped the second set, and for a minute, Batista looked like he was going to be winning, and I'm sudden Nadal lost. So it could be anything. Is the depth of the ATP. Any of these scrubs can step up. And then Djokovic just, whatever. Yeah, bye. Anyway, so I think I do agree with that. I do think that, that they should have more worldwide, but tennis is such a worldwide sport anyway. But it would be nice to see some interesting countries like from African continent, the Caribbean, more Asian countries. That would be nice. Some of the South American countries that we never really see people show up. It was cute to see somebody from Colombia win around that too this time around. But I mean, that shouldn't underscore that people are not working for it though, because it's going to be unfair for the people who are just on the cusp of getting into the major, who don't have direct entrance. But life isn't always fair, but you need to work hard. Just saying.
I mean, but aside from that though, I think the real issue that kind of emerged for me this week is the idea of you showing up to a slam playing when you're not necessarily match fit, but feeling like you should because you want that money. And I think I saw a couple proposals on the table where people wanted, like the young lady that came up and played Serena, who clearly got injured, apparently sometime in her practice, or even I think.
Yeah, she did. She actually got injured on the day of the match. So I mean, I do think that there has to be some sort of policy come into play for people who qualify and would legitimately be able to play, but something has happened, for them to get a percentage or some element of the earnings, so that they don't feel like they have to show up on the court when they know they are not match fit. Yeah.
Because you know what, that might actually, and I think it should happen for every round, because you know what, to some degree, I think that's why we're seeing people possibly withdrawing or possibly.
Actually, once the tournament has started and you withdraw default from a round, you still get your check.
No. I'm talking about the fact that it's fine that you get your check, but we're talking about the fact that people don't see a match.
Oh, okay. And who should they let? Who should they let? They should let someone else take the spot.
I mean, the question is that's really one of the questions people are asking, right? Because I think for people it's more complicated first round because there was a couple lucky losers sitting around waiting.
Right.
Yeah.
And and that's really unfair because those people did all the work that they wanted to do, and they're in just as good a position to deliver. And so to sit around and see someone go through a match and retire.
Quite a few players have taken to Twitter.
Yeah, to talk about that. That's not fair.
Because it's not fair. They don't think it's fair because they believe that, if you knew long before that you were not fit to play, but because of that almost $40,000 check.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. Yeah.
That's a lot of money. I would love to have it right now.
Who had a proposal, or I don't know whether the WTA is considering it, about allowing the prize money to be shared amongst both players.
Why not? It's kind of like when in a collegial fashion. I mean, obviously some people would say they wouldn't give up their prize money. Maybe not, right? Maybe they'll say, I'm not going to go 50-50 on this. But, I mean, 20,000, would someone give up 20,000? To not play at all?
But the other thing too, that would the player would probably feel
injure themselves.
But we have this wonderful, magical narrative, and Professor Snape is on the ATP training section, so you can show up injured and still win and still come back. So, and also, you can't really tell a player that that they're not fit. They're gonna want to make that decision. I think she thought she had a chance.
No, she didn't have a chance against Serena.
No, not have a chance against Serena, but had a chance to play pretty well.
No, but these are the things that we're saying. We're saying that these decisions are not being made with a real clear understanding of the challenges that they're facing. Right? They're thinking of the money. So if you can sort of put a little bit of the money concerns aside. Because the player now knows that the tournament is in some sense is going to reward them for being where they needed to be. There might be something.
ESPN not doing the women's final as a night match.
No, I think it's happening during the day.
It's an afternoon. It's probably an afternoon. Match. Yeah.
So after all that work to get primetime tennis, it's done?
No. Primetime tennis we talked about that last year. Primetime tennis went away with Super Saturday. It's the same thing with the men's final. They're not night matches anymore.
Oh, yes. But I thought when they went back to Saturday, it would have changed.
No. Saturday night was a Serena and Venus invention in the 90s. That's not happening anymore.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, late 90s, 2000. Yeah, it's not happening anymore. So I think everything it's like like Thursday for the women's semis, it's afternoon. Just like the men's semis are 12 o'clock.
Yeah, okay, I did see that somewhere.
Yeah, it's nothing's running until the night anymore, which is interesting.
Because that's what New York is all about, right?
Well, I think ESPN got their other big money, the football and the whatnot to show, so they don't have time for tennis. Tennis is not a priority on ESPN. Let's be 100 here.
So, we probably need to wrap this up.
Okay,
so
I want to say
final thingies?
Yes, I want to say, the people who I saw and I thought were really cute. I gotta say, Dominic Thiem is not on my list anymore. Well, potential.
Are we done doing? We did the close.
Let's talk about the people. Fashion. Let's talk about people. The people cute look. I see a lot of people with some skinny legs. It's not cute.
Oh,
boys, men, you need to work your legs out. I gotta say, Nadal and Lopez, these Spanish boys, I do not know what they're eating, but their legs are tree trunks. So, I'm telling you, I know Lopez got married, but I would be a side bitch. I would be a side piece. I don't have no problem being a dollar decade, and I would keep my mouth shut. I will keep my mouth shut. I have no problem.
I have to say that I'm not really feeling the fashion at this year's US Open.
Not at all.
Oh God, no.
Not at all.
In person, it is disgusting. I have to say,
the outfit that I actually like is the one that we've barely seen, and that's Sharapova's
Yeah,
dress.
Sharapova's outfit was lovely.
I thought it was really nice.
I actually like Ellis Lopez's outfit.
Yeah, it's nice, but it's not new.
It's not new, but it was clean and classy.
for New York for the U.S. Open.
The
You know,
final slam.
I'm really disappointed in what the clothing manufacturers have come up with.
Yeah, especially
didn't
when
know
you have to wear
everybody-
white at Wimbledon.
I actually like Sloane's outfit, except for the fact that
No.
it makes her look a little bit trashy.
No,
But
Great.
what's
No.
with all the neon shoes?
nope,
Oh God.
nope.
Did-
Apparently, Djokovic is wearing his red, white, and blue because he want to be part of the American flag. I was like, girl, what the hell? I mean, you're
Yeah,
not
but-
American. Like, what is that about?
Wait, those are Serbian
cards.
currencies.
I know, but no. He said it was part of the American. He wanted that to be part. It's part of that.
He said that?
Yes, it's
Oh,
part of the
fucking diddle,
inspiration. I was just like, why? I mean, just stick with your Serbian flag and whatever. I mean, like your whole Wimbledon spiel was that, little tennis boy from Serbia. Why you gotta try to be, right on the American? What is that about? I mean, seriously, girl. It's, no. Trying too hard here. Trying a little bit too hard.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I mean, for a woman who's on the cusp of making history, Nike has poor sense of fashion taste for Serena.
Mm-mm.
How do you put?
No
How do
trash.
you put? Yeah, how do you put Serena in these outfits as she's going for the calendar slam? She's gonna
Her
be
ass is
photographed.
constantly hanging out.
I mean,
Yes. Hey,
the
yes.
best outfit Serena wore by far is the outfit she wore on Kids Day, and I don't know why that outfit was not
Yeah.
worn throughout on Sunday. Why doesn't she wear that during the daytime? That's a beautiful outfit.
It
That
is.
dress is so
Really nice.
cute. The white
think the
is so
best
great against her
thing-
skin.
Very, very
The
clean.
best thing,
Yes.
2012 outfit I thought was really cute. The Michigan colors, the blue and the yellow. That was very, very nice and classic.
Honestly, if
and
they
it,
really wanted to do something, they should have just gone back to that cat suit.
Yeah, they may as well. They may as well have just done that.
Because
Well, that's
And you know
Puma.
what?
everybody
That's
seems to
Puma.
love that. Either the cat suit or the two-piece midriff.
It's
Like,
fun.
Uh,
You know what? No, they can. They
That's
can
Baron Bartoli's favorite anyway. Baron Bartoli says that everyone can pull off that that denim skirt, but Serena can, and that's her personal favorite.
You know what? It would have been fine. I think that they've been doing the exact same design for Serena for the last 3 or 4 years. These too short. The outfits are all too short, and it's like you just need to give Serena an A-line skirt.
yes.
It worked. An
Cover
A-line
of that ass.
skirt.
Ass grows daily.
Yes, an A-line skirt is fine. It's attractive. It's cute. It's flirtatious. The outfit they put her in is just a no-no. Big no-no.
I think, but if you notice something, this has all been a copy from her 2012 Olympic outfit. It's
Wow.
all been the same copy off of that. That was made well, but everything else, every version of that has been quite messy.
They look cheap.
You remember that
Material looks
2005
cheap.
Australian complicated?
The material for this night dress looks cheap.
Cheap.
I hate
It's
it.
ridiculous.
I
And
just don't
Muguruza look like she's wearing a quilt.
I know.
I'm just
I know
sorry,
that
Anita.
and the worst part about it for me is other people are wearing it.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Right?
Fucking way that Serena Williams should be wearing an outfit and a print that every other journeyman WTA player is wearing. Hell no!
Yeah, that's weird.
That is not cool. That is not cool in my book. It really isn't.
And I think Venus's dress should be longer. That's
Yes,
about
it
it.
should be.
Oh, first of all, and that white thing in the middle needs to go. As a matter of fact, the whole dress needs to go.
I like the pattern.
Everything.
Yeah,
Burn
it looks like a curtain.
It looks like a
vase.
mother's union, grandmother's tea cozy motion.
It does look
Like
like
a
a vase.
Ming vase. That's true. Exactly, you're right.
And you know I never criticize Venus, but I'm not feeling this one at all.
Oh God, and that white thing in the middle, get rid of it, girl. Let it go. Burn it. Burn it.
Oh,
You know,
God.
and I'm sorry, Sloan dress.
I like
Apparently
those outfits.
Nope,
I
nope.
actually no
Nope.
time
I liked it.
I like
Nope.
it. I just don't like it on her because it makes her look trashy.
I
It
think
looks very urban, no.
It looks so fun and flirty.
It looks like it doesn't fit her. It looks a size
It
too
just,
small.
I just don't,
Yeah,
I just
it looks
don't
And you know
like-
what? And every time I see Sloan in something, I want to say, sweetie, your waistline is below your navel. I don't understand how we have that Then we take
So
these.
she likes a high waisted look. I think.
Oh my God, that's a high waist. That's just below her breast. It don't look cute.
Stop.
She needs to stop it. It's
Not your
dirty.
favorite.
And you know what?
Okay.
And her weave this tournament, no, it was all she got. Coco literally grabbed her edges, but
Oh my God.
I mean it wasn't tight.
No.
Sloan, I mean you know Sloan is my number two.
That's a head-to-head that I can't.
You can't puzzle out, huh?
I can't understand why Coco beat Sloan. I really can't. I saw the match.
Because Sloan is trying to out-hit Coco Vandaway, and it's not gonna work.
I mean, she's from the get-go, from the first ball to last ball, Coco was on top of her. And
Everybody has an off day. I'm gonna go with that.
it wasn't an off day.
No, it's not. It's consistently. Coco
It's
beats.
consistent. And the worst part
Oh,
about
is
it
it?
is that
Yeah.
one of the things that I found, Coco steps on the court and she knows she can beat Sloan.
Beat Sloan,
Yeah.
yes.
There's confidence, and so she just goes out there and I mean, she just tangles her up every single time, and I'm thinking to myself, how the fuck did you beat Serena? You can't beat Coco. How is that possible?
Match up.
It's crazy.
Plus, Sloan has to be quite. Coco can move well, and Coco just know you pin Sloan in the back of the court, and it's not gonna happen. Plus, Sloan has that in her head already that Coco beats her all the time. But to start with this holding serve.
Okay, I thought Madison Keys dressed nicely. It was black, but it looked very good on her.
I liked it.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But the funny thing, it was in Serena's color family.
Yes.
And I
don't know why this is happening.
But
I don't know why this is happening.
She's wearing
Actually,
the shirt over line.
Yeah.
I think, but you see, this is people gonna hate on Maria, but I have to agree with Maria here. Maria says, "Why do I want to come on court and look like everyone else?" And I agree.
Well,
I absolutely agree.
Whatever clothing deal Maria has, she makes certainly that happens because she never looks.
But
like
I'm sure they
anything
can.
else.
I mean, this is just something quite recent because Serena never came out and looked like anyone else.
Every
Yeah,
year,
no, it's weird.
She's always wearing her own unique stuff, and I find it really weird that at this US Open in particular, you have 5-6 other players wearing the same print. Seriously?
Well, you know what? But you know what? I mean, that's really interesting because, to be honest, they've been failing Serena with outfits for the U.S. Open for the last 3 years.
Yep.
Either those
2012 was good.
You know those cheap frilly like that outfit that she wore last year that looked like somebody just took like a piece of silk and tossed it around.
Oh God,
that was weird.
The animal print, you know how I hate animal print.
No, I guess it was the year before then, the pink one.
Which was so badly constructed.
That looked cheap as well.
And it was sweating. The sweat kept showing up. Oh my God! Nike did a disservice to both her and Azarenka.
No. Yes, they both had the same thing.
Yeah, they looked like a hot mess. It was disgusting. It was not cute.
What do we think about Vika's green shorts?
She looked like Swamp Thing.
Better than the
looked like
purple
the
shorts.
Toxic Crusader.
You know
she
what?
looked like the Toxic Crusader.
I like Vika in shorts. I just like her in the AO 2011 shorts.
Yeah, those were cute shorts. These shorts don't work.
These shorts make her look like she has a wedgie.
Yeah.
It's called a camel toe. It's called a camel toe.
From both sides, honey. Camel from the front and a wedgie from the back.
Yeah, that's a camel foot. That's not a toe. That's a foot. That's a whole foot coming out there.
Yeah, that didn't work out well.
Yeah.
Everybody else was just okay. Bethany Maddox-Sands, I don't know. She looked like she normally does.
Girl, give it a break. Give it a break.
You know what? That was not for tennis court though. But I mean, like, she would be fucking hot in the club.
Okay, can we have like a side conversation for a second? How the hell did Bethany Maddox-Sands get closer to beating Serena than Madison Keys?
Maturity. Bottom line, maturity.
Espresso. I swear.
I couldn't for the life of me figure out.
Bethany Maddox-Sands. I think Bethany Maddox-Sands You
Well,
know,
I don't
from
think. I have to say, I think Serena underestimated Bethany Maddox standards
Right.
a little bit, and so
And
that
Bethany
helps.
Maddox-
It helps a little bit when that happens.
And what she did more so than anybody else, typically when Serena is struggling, she didn't wait around for Serena to get her shit together. She was like,
Right.
I'm gonna run.
Yeah, because
I'm gonna run.
Serena said, I don't think her level dropped. I just had to up my level.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know,
And I think that's what it
when
was.
she does that, you know, it's hard for players to really, you know,
Meet
get
it.
to because Bethany was playing out of her mind.
Exactly.
I mean, that girl was serving bombs.
Although
She
I
only
have
had
to
one
say,
error in the first set. You know that, right? One error in the first set.
That's crazy.
but you
I
know,
know.
what? But when push came to shove, what did she do? Double
Oh,
fault.
she fizzled the double fault. But you know what? You know what was most interesting for me in that match? Is that her fucking husband is chewing tobacco. Oh, what the fuck is
We
that?
have to talk
I mean,
about that.
seriously.
Yeah.
Girl.
That's messed
I
up.
mean, I know you love your Justin, but seriously, keep that shit at home. That shit is not for primetime worldwide
Somebody
viewing.
call it,
Oh shit.
Brad on our timeline call it dip.
Oh my god, I was just like, is this motherfucker really
It was
with? Sorry for the parents who are listening. If this man really has tobacco in his mouth, front row
Listen,
seat.
it's
Oh,
straight up.
God.
It's straight up Americana. You got to get used to
I'm
the
telling you,
Americana.
that mouth cannot go anywhere. If I were a woman, that mouth was going nowhere near my face.
You know
and certainly was not going down in my crotch. Oh,
He probably had a spit cup.
He did.
he did.
They
he
showed
did.
him spitting
They
into a
showed him.
bottle. They
Yes,
did.
he did. He did. Oh,
listen, that's
God.
Gross you out even more.
Oh,
Listen,
Jesus.
that's
That
really
All right,
mouth
very
is
on that
going-
note, on
Yeah.
that
No,
note,
wait,
we're
On
done.
that
that
mouth is
note,
going to
we're-
I know,
Oh, God.
stop it. Okay,
Okay,
so
so
we're coming
yes.
to the end. We're coming to the end.
So what are we looking forward to? Tomorrow, I know I am looking forward to the Halep versus Lusiki match. That's going to
Why?
be, you know, popcorn. Because
We
I
already,
know
we already know
tears are
this.
somebody's going to cry.
Oh shit.
And it will not
I-
not be Halep.
So who? So, okay.
Um,
Yeah. So but we already talked about that side. Who gets through Tuesday?
Tuesday, Venus versus Serena?
Yes.
Come
Oh,
on now.
God, Serena. I mean, Venus has already
straight
spent
sets,
her...
right? In straight
No,
sets?
listen to me.
Hold up.
Look.
So Keith, Petra gets a night match over Simona?
Oh,
Probably.
no.
Yes.
Oh, did she get the night match yesterday? When did she get that?
She got the night match first round. But I'm
Oh, I
telling you,
know. Oh no, I'm happy that I'm happy. Listen, I know in this moment we're gonna politically want Halep to have gotten the night match, but I, as somebody who has Armstrong tickets, is very happy. And actually,
God.
actually, you know what? It's really good. It's really good. You know why they did that? Because Armstrong, they pay for those tickets, and you know what? Armstrong is consistently the better court.
to play on. It's a very nice court to play on. And for the fans
on
too.
Labor Day, that is the court everybody wants to come in. That's where people come to if they've never come to the U.S. Open, and they come in and they get on Armstrong.
Because
so that
you have really 4 good matches. You have a really nice doubles
Yep.
match.
Yep.
You have Liziki Halep. Then right
Yep.
after you have Kevin Anderson and Andy
Yep.
Murray, and that I smell upset right there.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I really think Kevin Anderson
Could do something fun.
something because Andy Murray hasn't.
We have you on tape. We have you on
Yeah.
tape, Karen.
No,
we
and
have you on tape.
Burditch, and you know what? And Burditch and Gasquet is a fun possible because they're
Yeah.
tied. They're tied at 6 apiece. Even though Burditch has won the last 3, Gasquet is playing really good tennis. So that's just going to be pretty tennis all day, people. That's pretty tennis all. So
Yeah.
let me tell you, Halep on that court and with her Romanian fans.
Oh my God! It's gonna
Actually,
be,
they have been silent. They have been very silent. But I'm going to tell you something, Karen. Let me tell you why Halep didn't get the night match. It isn't because of Halep. It's because of Lusiki. Ain't nobody watching that girl crying in prime time. That is not happening on anybody's watch.
Oh
That is
shit.
not happening on anybody's watch, okay? Let's be 100 here. This is the Real Tennis Podcast. Let's be real here.
I would have actually. I mean, obviously, you know, I love seeing Halep, but I wouldn't have minded a Vika Lipchenko either. That would have been really fun.
Yeah, actually, no. I think Lipchenko has been she's been playing some struggle tennis, and she's coming back. So it's gonna be a messy match.
Listen,
And I think the crowd is gonna be
like a poor man's version of Kerber, so why not?
Stop! Oh my God!
Master Ace says that he doesn't think Sharapova is going to play for the rest of the year.
I don't think so either.
I don't
That's
think so
fine.
either.
I'm fine with that.
Okay,
Double great point for Novak.
I had an evil thought though.
What's
What?
that?
I had an evil thought that Sharapova just didn't want to be around this U.S. Open. Period.
I don't doubt that.
I didn't think she wanted to be a part of. I didn't think Sharapova was willing to be a co-star.
She didn't want to go to press and have them ask her about Serena every
Constantly.
I agree, because I mean, from all the press conferences that I'm hearing about this, everyone is asking that stupid question.
Everybody.
Let me just say,
Women,
you know what?
everyone is getting asked about it. God help us if she doesn't fucking win it.
You know what? Let me just say this, and I think I said it in our last podcast. Look, I mean, I think it's kind of disrespectful. It's not kind of. It's very disrespectful for the other women. There are 128 women who show up to win this slam, and Serena has said herself, if I don't win it this year, I could win the U.S. Open next year. It's not that big of a deal for me.
It
So
is.
people
She's
need
lying.
to stop. No, I don't think it is. I mean, Serena is already great. She won 21 majors. Another one is not going to make any difference to the legacy that she has. And Serena has won 4 majors in a row.
This is Patrick's legacy.
Yeah, this
People
is for
need to
him.
stop.
Take
This is
one
Serena
for the
has won
team.
13 majors before Patrick even showed up into
Well,
the table.
I think
And
she
she could-
wants it. I think she's
Patrick-
downplaying it a little
No.
bit, and I think the
Patrick-
U.S. Open is fucking screwed if she doesn't win because
No.
there's so much fight.
Yes.
It's just
I mean, actually, if Venus beats
the
Serena,
tickets have sold out. I mean, all my bags
Yeah.
are. I'm ready to go.
I think this is all. I mean, this is all
Waiting.
manufactured. This is all manufactured narrative because Serena did. I mean, Serena won 4 majors in a row already. Okay, and twice now, and that's a major accomplishment. And if you want heaping
It is-
praise on her, if you want
Nobody's
heaping praise,
saying, but the narratives surrounding Serena and her legacy keep changing.
of
And
course it would.
and that's the first thing we need to acknowledge. The narratives keep changing.
But when she wins, if she wins this,
First it was about the fact that, well, she doesn't play a lot of WTA tournaments. All she does is turn up for the slams. And this was from commentators and fellow players alike. Now that she started to play a lot of WTA events and winning them, as well as winning the slams, now it becomes the bar is being set. Well,
Yep.
she has to pass Martina and Chrissy. And then when she got to that stage and she passed them, then she had to get to Steffi.
There's
Well,
always a tail. There's
After
always
she
a
got
tail.
to 18, there was no doubt that she could get to 22. But
Right.
even if she gets to 22, the narrative is she
Be
has to
Margaret
pass
Court.
them in the same year. So it's all well and good that you get them, you know, in the way she has and get the Serena Slam. But no, she has to now get them 4 in a row. So this is what she's going for now. But once she gets that,
Margaret
once she
Court.
gets that 4 in a row, then it becomes Margaret Court.
Margaret
And
Court.
then once she gets to Margaret Court, they're gonna find some fucking
Always.
Oh my God, they're
always.
already-
they're gonna
find
find
some old
somebody
woman.
else because already the narrative is changing about the era. And
Yep.
you have the fuckers out there who deal with statistics. And you know, statistics will tell you anything you want it to tell you.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, I've gone back and I've looked at Martina's stats from the time when she was playing. It doesn't match up to Serena's. I've gone back and looked at Margaret Court's, and I've sat down with my spreadsheets at work. I'm not as good as Jeff Sapman, you know, because I don't have all these fancy things that he does, but I have a lot of time on my hands. And I sit down with my little pen and paper, and I look at the numbers, and I look at the matches and everything, and I think that Serena has a better win-loss record than Martina does, and Chrissy Everett does, and everybody else does.
I mean, I'm just gonna say,
That's my stats, but let me finish. But the fact of the matter is that tennis will always keep changing the bar at which Serena needs to prove herself. All 4 of us sitting here can already attest to the fact that she's great. Everybody else with 2 eyes and at the front and back of their heads can attest to the fact that she's great. But for whatever reason, She needs to convince other people that she is fucking great. Okay, so she's about to do that. She's trying
But
to.
you know what?
And
you
she
know,
won't. And she won't.
and she won't.
Believe me,
But you know
she
what?
will-
I'm gonna
she
say
will
this.
do
It's
it,
gonna be
but
very
she won't.
Then you're
controversial.
gonna talk about the Golden Slam.
Yep.
Because even though she has a gold medal,
4
in
gold medals.
singles
4.
and doubles that Steffi Graf never got. Even though she has that, but she never did get them in the same fucking year, did she?
Honey, that's chasing a tail.
I'm just gonna say something. It's gonna be very controversial. 2 things.
Uh-oh. What
I
is
mean,
it?
let me just say, you know,
That's
when
what we
Steffi
do.
Graf
We're
was playing.
controversial.
But I'm gonna say, I've been watching tennis for a long time, and let's be 100 here. I mean, the good thing I love about Serena, you know, and you know, I'm a Venus fan. You know, I worship at Ebony Star Williams' feet. You know, I just gotta say, Serena playing a slam is far more interesting than Steffi Graf playing a slam. Not because I dislike Steffi, but to see Serena play struggle tennis. Serena gives everybody a chance to beat her. Steffi Graf was dropping a game, 2 games, until the semifinals. She wasn't even on the court for an hour. Okay? So she's giving
that.
people exactly. Let's be. And this isn't. You could check the score line. We could check the score line. Steffi Graf was dropping 6 games through 6 rounds. Okay? This was a common theme.
But the joke that used to surround Steffi Graf was how long you could last.
Right.
If you could last an hour.
Exactly.
That was a joke. You know, is it possible for me to last an hour, but yet her era is held as a standard bearer?
Right, exactly. I mean, and what is maybe because, you know, it's the information we have now, so we can look at stats and say somebody is weaker than somebody else and this kind of nonsensical thing, whatever, but I think it's a little bit unfair and whatever. And I have to say, to people of color, y'all are gonna get mad at this. Serena winning the Grand Slam, calendar
Will
Grand
not
Slam,
make her white.
would not make Black Lives Matter, unfortunately. Unfortunately, if it was so easy.
It won't.
If it was so easy, Jesse Owens would have given us that. Because Jesse Owens not only proved to America that he was... Jesse Owens proved to Hitler regime that Black Lives Matter. So trust me, if we are waiting and sitting down for someone to confer onto us humanity because of Serena's accomplishment, they would always bring up that 2009 incident. They would bring up some other bullshit. I mean, like, and we don't need it. And I'm telling you, Serena calendar slam only is an accomplishment for Serena and her peers. It only means something to Serena. That one woman showed up in the whole year and beat everybody asses, and that we couldn't do shit. And you know, come 2016, we're not gonna let this shit happen again. We gotta deal with her. We gotta get Connie in shape. We gotta get we gotta get Margarita to get her shit together. We gotta get Sloan to get her shit together. We're gonna be selling children.
Yeah, we gotta get Petra Kvitova on a new diet.
We're gonna get Petra to get Mano again to get her shit together. We're gonna get a lot because you know what? It means something because right about now they're clapping, but come Aussie Open next year, they're gonna be like, girl,
we tired of being
and your double selling the slam need to have a seat in the back because this shit ain't cute anymore. We don't want to hear this shit. We just want to talk about. So you beat Serena? Yes, I did. And she needs to retire. And this is no disrespect. This is no disrespect to Serena and her accomplishment.
But that's what
you want. This is a sport. This is sport, okay? And I mean, like, this is not to say that Serena. I mean, I am here at the U.S. Open, and everyone, black, white, Asian, everyone is all excited for Serena. They're very much excited. I mean, when Bethany Maddox looked like she had her in the jaws of death.
People looked like they were panicking.
It looked like if somebody had lost a child.
Gary Champion tweeted, "Am I the only one who's worried?"
I mean, but look, we have seen this. We have seen Annalena Friedman taking Serena, drag out the French Open. So Bethany Maddox did as much as any and everybody else could do. And then Serena pulled the Serena. But I mean, I'm going to tell you folks, okay, look. I mean, you don't need to put any pressure, and if she loses, because we didn't expect Sam Stosur to beat Serena in 2011, and Sam Stosur is still alive and well, and she said, I can beat Serena, And she's still here. She's still here.
Oh, God.
So some of you
Listen.
I better hope Panetta do something about
Oh,
tomorrow.
please. Do you remember
But you
that
know what?
quote? If you come for Serena, you best not miss. You know who's missed so
True.
far? Everyone that did. So let's see.
Exactly.
Come. Just come.
But true.
That's what we want.
But you
We
know
want
what? I'm just saying that, folks, this is only, I mean, like, you would be happy as a fan. You would be celebrating, and it's good to do all of that. I am with you, all of that there. But, okay, then, this is not mean that black people in America don't get shot by the police. I'm telling you. It's not going to stop that.
Oh my God.
Because I'm telling you
Cutting
something,
you
and I'm
off.
being 100% real
Cutting
here.
you off.
Stop.
No,
Cutting
I'm
you
being
off.
real here. I'm being real here.
Yeah,
You're
we
done.
know,
All right,
we
all
know.
right.
We get it. We get it.
We get
Okay.
it.
But
All right.
anyway, and I'm
Thank
just
you.
gonna be saying, I'm just gonna say this one thing. I know it's not gonna happen, but I'm hoping Venus wins. I'm hoping Venus wins. I'm just gonna say that. I gotta put it out there.
Okay, can we be prepared for the ugly that is going to be Venus versus Serena?
Oh,
Because
God,
you know
yes.
it's gonna get ugly, right?
I'm
And I don't
telling
just
you.
mean on Twitter. I mean everywhere.
I'm going to stay out of it.
You know what, people? I want to make an announcement. Everyone, be nice to Venus. I know that Serena's going for history, but y'all need to check yourselves and don't come snatch Venus, okay? There's nobody
Yeah.
that
Oh,
Serena loves
there
more
will be
than Venus. So we all need to just respect the play, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, because, I will cut a bitch.
Oh, stop.
And you
All
know,
right. And
you
on
know
that
reels-
note,
you know reels that are afraid to snatch some wigs. You know I be dragging folks. Don't be coming for Ebony Star Williams. Don't be coming.
Oh my God, y'all
Ebony
are
Star
crazy.
is the queen.
I know.
Stop
I
it.
know.
Any Twitter
Stop
questions? Any
No,
comments,
we're
folks?
done.
We go.
We killed them all. We killed them all.
Anyway, so
We'll be
Thank
checking
you.
in. We'll be checking in on Sunday, and hopefully it'll be a historic Sunday after, because we're gonna wait. I don't know. We might do an emergency podcast on Saturday night, depending on how things turn out, or Saturday afternoon.
yeah. And do I really want to
we'll
spend
see.
one podcast talking about Djokovic winning next week Sunday? I don't think about that.
Yes. Oh, you know what? Or you know what? There's always the option of an emergency podcast, depending on the outcome of Tuesday.
Yeah,
So,
there is.
We'll see. We'll
is.
see. Or for
Okay.
the rest of the week. So we'll
Oh, and
keep
I
it
just
going.
want to say, folks,
What?
Bernardo Vinci's in the quarterfinals. Look,
Stop it.
look. This might mean something if you're from Italy, but it didn't mean that one thing to me. Ladies,
Stop it. All
I'm
right.
so
Hey,
sorry for
everybody. Thanks
Bouchard.
for joining us.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Bye.